Hi, everyone, and welcome to Consciousness is Sexy. I am your host, Patty Alfonso, and today's topic is vulnerability, chaos, and creation. So when I was tuning into the energy of this show and I was chatting with my amazing person on my team at the moment, Catherine, the topic of vulnerability really popped. And I have been playing with the elements of intimacy in the last few weeks with you and with your body, but I've also done a few shows on vulnerability and barriers and what that is. So I'll send you guys the links to those shows if you missed them. And I was like, okay, I hear you. Consciousness is sexy. We're going to talk about vulnerability and what else is asking to be created? What else is asking to be played with during the show? Because I've done barriers and I've done, being vulnerable and all of that. Like, what else? And there it was, vulnerability with your creations. In Access Consciousness, we talk about vulnerability as having no barriers. It's the ability to perceive, receive any energy and everything, right? Barriers down. And what if we played with this, with what you are creating in your life? And the questions that came up right away were, are you willing to receive from your creations? Are you willing to receive what your creation desires to be in the world so that it can be something greater than anything that you could have imagined? Everything is energy. I'm going to go in a different direction now. So everything is energy, and your creations, what you desire to create, whether it's a book or it's a show or it's a class or everything, it has its own energy and it has what it desires to be in the world. And so opening those lines of communication with that creation can actually contribute to that creation being more. And it all kind of intertwines with the elements that we've talked about in the last couple of weeks, which is the element of trust and the element of honor, like trusting your creation, trusting your awareness with that creation, honoring the creation and what it desires to be. I'm going to let you in on a kind of little secret that everyone will soon get full blast, but I've been creating a book with 8 other facilitators, and it's almost done. We're so close. Like we're creating a website, we're creating 2 websites, and so all we have to do right now is like pick the launch date. And I just got the proof copy in the mail today, and I'm the editor, so it's my job to look through it and make sure everything's okay. So I pull it out and I look at it, and the energy just went brrr, and I was like, oh. Right? Mind you, all we needed was this last step to set the launch date and give the go ahead and like go full force, right? So we are like this close. And I get the book and the energy just goes, and I'm like, oh, what's that? And I'm asking questions like, what is this? What is this energy? Does something need to change? I'm asking a lot of questions, and I kind of put it out to the other authors, like something's asking to be different here. And for me particularly, it was the energy of the cover, like something needed to change with the cover. And some of the authors like, no, let's just do it. Let's get this baby out into the world, and I was like, I get that. So I kind of put it aside for a minute and continued to perceive the energy and lowering my barriers, being vulnerable with the energy that's present, right? So there's our idea of what we would like, right? Let's get this out there. We've been working on it for a little bit. Like we're all excited. It's going to be amazing. And then there's the energy of the book and what the book desires to be. And I'm like, okay, right? So then there's the pressure from the publisher, like we're ready to go, let's do this. And so there's all of these different energies showing up, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to set this aside for a minute. I'm going to keep asking questions. So I put the book aside and I'm like, you tell me, right? This, you're the creation that's going out in the world. You tell me, like, what is this, right? And I put it down, and the next day it had shifted. I was like, oh, okay, maybe it is just ready to go. So I keep flipping through it, and I'm, noticing if there's anything that needs to be changed. And I put it down again. Okay, you let me know. I'm going to give myself a few days here, right? Because there is an awareness there. I'm not making it up. I am aware of an energy, right? So I have to trust my own awareness, right? And trust that I'm perceiving something, although I have not come to a conclusion about what it is that I'm perceiving. I'm asking questions about that. And I put it aside and I keep asking questions, and then there it is again, like this there's this like murr of like something needs to change, and then there's just this like this constant hello, pay attention to me, this, and I'm like, okay. So I start playing around, and I talk to the publisher, and I go back to the authors, and I'm looking at the graphics, and I'm looking at the website, and I'm perceiving like everything. I'm like, book, tell me, you tell me, like, if we have to totally adjust our timeline and like whatever it takes for this creation to be what it desires to be in the world, because redesigning something or changing something at this point is going to create, a delay. And so I'm looking in my files for the other book cover samples, and bam, there it is. Pop, this. And I was like, oh, there it is. And then I'm looking at the current book cover, and I'm looking at that picture. And when I perceive the energy of the book going out into the world with the current cover, it's not that it won't create, it will, right? It's like the book it's a happy, it's excited to get out in the world. It will create something. But when I perceive and I ask questions about the book with the other cover, it goes in a completely different way. It's still light, it's still expansive, but it's just like more. And so, and then, because I don't know if you guys know, but I'm autistic, I'm OCD, so I can ask questions, and okay, we can all do this, but perceive the future in a way. So like, it happened really fast. It's kind of hard to put words to it, but like, I perceived the new cover, and then I perceived the new cover with all of the graphics, and then I perceived the new cover with all of the graphics and the website, and then it just went. That's the best way I can describe it. It went, and then it went, and I was like, oh, okay, right? Now there's this reality timeline. We have to redo the graphics. We're going to have to make some tweaks. Like there's this reality, sort of like the doing part of this last minute change, right? So even when I perceive it from this reality's point of view, it becomes heavy. I don't know if you guys can be here with me, or maybe you have something in your life that is an example like this. So when I perceive like everything that we have to do, it just goes murr. But if I step back and perceive the energy and totality of what the creation would be and what it would create in the world, and I breathe and I expand out and I allow myself to perceive the future. And I'm saying this, we can all do this, right? We're infinite beings with the ability to perceive, know, be, and receive everything. And that includes the past, the present, and the future. So when I allow myself to sort of go to the future and perceive the energy, it is lighter, more expansive. The book is happier. I'm happier. My energy expands. My body expands. Everything expands, right? So then I was like, okay, now this is also that place of like trusting my awareness and trusting what I know. So then I take the book cover that I found, and I take the current one, and I put it in our Facebook chat, and I'm like, okay, you guys, I know we really want to get this out there, and I totally hear you, and I get that, and look at this. And then one of the authors was like, oh, okay, I see what you're saying, so that was a very long story. Being vulnerable with your creations being vulnerable with the things that you're putting out in the world, having the elements of intimacy with your creations, with your body, with you, what would that create for you and for your life and for your living? Being willing to listen, perceive, be aware of what the creation desires, trusting your awareness, having honor, right? Honor, we talked about this last week, like choosing what was my brain is fried, choosing what is going to work for you, no matter what anyone else thinks, right? And so I knew, I didn't know exactly what it was, and I wasn't, but I knew that there was something. And so letting go, like being in the chaos of possibilities, is also letting go of the order of this reality. Like, look, we're at this step, we are ready to almost go. Like, we just have to press the button, literally. Being the chaos is saying, fuck that, right? Fuck the order. Fuck like where we are now and what we've already decided and how this is going to go, and choosing what is going to create more no matter what. Being in the chaos of the creation and the energy of the creation, even if it's a change at the last minute, and giving yourself the space to like change it. And it turned out like all of these, steps that I was going into in terms of this reality of like making this change in the cover and even all of that energy changed when I was like, okay, I'm choosing this. Like, this is what's going to create more. This is what the book desires. My body lets me know, because every time I look at the book now, my body contracts. I'm like, what is that? And when I look at the graphics now, they're beautiful. They're amazing. The Merline who created them, they're fantastic. But I look at them and my body goes, meh. And I'm like, what is that? These are beautiful. Like, what is that? What is that? But when I allow myself to perceive the new cover and I insert that image into everything, it changes the energy of everything. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been aware of. I mean, I've always sort of had that awareness, but this week it came with words and with a very concrete example that I wanted to share with you guys. And yeah, I think, so let me see if there's anything else. I hope you guys have questions. Let's go ahead and open up the lines for anyone that has any questions about what I talked about or any questions about anything. What energy, space, and consciousness can you and your bodies be to have the vulnerability and chaos of creation with total ease? And anything that doesn't allow that, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POD, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. That's the Access Consciousness Clearing Statement. I'm an Access Consciousness facilitator, if you didn't know that. And you can go to theclearingstatement.com and get a little bit more information about that if you desire it. So, my lovelies, does anyone have any questions or comments? Everyone's like, nope. Sean Mark, I see you taking notes. For the people calling in on the phone, I actually don't know what it is to unmute yourself. I will find that information out. I thought it was *6, but someone told me that doesn't actually work. So there you all are. How does it get better?
I have a question.
Yes. Hi, Lucia.
Hi, Patty.
What's up,
Hi. I can't turn my video on.
It's okay. I wonder if I can turn your video on. Do you want me to?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Nope, I can't.
You can't. It said I when I try to turn it on, it says I can't do it because the host has turned that off.
That's weird. I wonder how I did that. Well, let's go on without your...
All right, anyway. I look as wonderful as I did the other day.
Awesome.
Yay. So I was really, when you're talking about your creation, it really was timely because I'm in the process of planning my performance tour this summer to Scotland, which I think I mentioned to you the other day. And so I've been doing all these things, working on flyers and posters and doing up a monthly expense budget and all that stuff. And I suddenly had this thought like, oh, I could maybe talk to the tour itself.
Girl,
and ask what it means. And then I wondered about pulling energy into that. And I've heard of it, pulling energy. I've done it a little bit. And then I wondered if you knew about that and how that could facilitate some change here.
Cool. Yes. Okay. So I think I found the button to allow you to activate your video if you would like to do that. Awesome. Ooh.
Hello.
Cool. Hi. Okay.
Hi. I feel like I'm more present somehow.
Yes. So thank you for that question. And you can actually ask your flyer questions. Flyer, what would you like to look like? Ask everything questions. What would you like to look like? What would you like to be in the world? Show me. And allow yourself to receive the energy of what that is. And pulling energy. So for those of you who may not know what that is, you basically just ask the energy to pull. And you can ask all of your creations to pull energy. Like I have gotten into the habit, I guess, which is a terrible word, of just kind of tuning into all of the creations that I have in the world, whether it's my website or my Facebook page or my YouTube channel or, my book. And I tune into all of the energy of all of those creations and I ask all of them to pull energy. So when you're pulling energy, what I do is I pull energy to kind of give them more energy, like from all over the universe, so that they expand and they grow. And then I ask them to send out trickles of energy to everyone in the world who would like to hang out with me and play with me and who are wanting to receive what I have to offer and who are looking for what I have to offer. So you pull energy and then you send out the trickles of energy for everyone. There's Jean-Marc, I'm going to mute you because I think that's you. Yeah. So if you want to hang up and call back in, because I bet you have a question. But anyway, so asking all of your creations to pull energy, and this also will contribute to creating cash and money. Because if you're asking your creations to pull energy and you're asking your creations to find the people that want to play with you, then the people in the bodies are going to show up because they're going to perceive that energy energetically, even though they may not cognitively know. So does that help, Lucia? Is there something else there?
Yeah, it does help. My posters and flyers actually are done already and they're gorgeous. I'm like,
awesome.
Like, oh my God, they give me goosebumps. When I got them from my designer, I was like, I
love it when that happens.
Yeah, so now I'm waiting for my venue to do the final sign off and then I can take that off my list for now. So
awesome.
So I had this, and now what I've been doing just before this call was I was looking online at various distribution sites where they hand them out for you or they put the posters up for you. So that would be an upgrade for me because the last time I was there, I did it all myself and that was a lot of work. I thought, I want to have the money to hire somebody to do it. So I just had this idea of asking my flyers and posters, who would you like to handle you?
Awesome. I was totally just going to suggest that. And like the tour, do you have a name for your tour? What is it?
My show, I have a variety show. It's called Standing Outstanding.
So Standing Outstanding, who out there would be the greatest contribution for you? Like Standing Outstanding, who do you want to play with? Who can you find in the world that will get you out into the world even more?
Ooh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
And
yeah. So that energy, right? So when you're looking at distributors and whatever, whenever that energy comes up again, right? Because we ask the question and we perceive an energy, whether it's our body goosebumps or tingles, or, you know, or however it is that you perceive energy. Everybody does it differently. You ask the question. This is why we ask questions in Access. You ask the question because it brings up an energy. And sometimes it's an energy to clear. Sometimes it's an energy to create with. Sometimes it's I mean, it's, you can't really define, right? Energy. But when that energy comes up, it's like, okay, that. And like, if you're someone, for example, who, this is going to go totally in a different direction, but here goes. If you're someone, because I've been actually playing with this with a lot of my clients recently. If you're someone who desires to create a relationship, then start asking questions about what you desire. What is the energy that you desire to have and be in that relationship? And start asking questions and perceiving the energy. And then when the universe shows you that energy, then you have a sense like there's just this kind of energetic match, if you will, of energies. I know that when I started sort of looking at what it is that I desired to have and create, and I met someone and they were that, I was like, whoa, it does exist. Holy gamoles, you know? And continuing to be in the question and be in the question. And this, again, like, let's bring in the tool of vulnerability here. Like, if you have no barriers and you are truly willing to perceive and receive any energy, then, you know, sometimes people kind of go into like, oh, but I don't want to be judged and I don't want to, you know, be abused. And so we there's this wall to receiving these energies that are uncomfortable. When you put up that wall because you don't want to receive the energies that are uncomfortable, you're also putting up a wall to receive the energies that are fun and yummy. So practice, let's all practice now. Lower your barriers. Lower your barriers. What energy, space, and consciousness can you and your body be to have total vulnerability with everything in your life with total ease? And anything that doesn't allow that, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POD, all nine shorts, boys, and beyonds. Thank you, Lucia. That was awesome. We have a few minutes. Does anyone else have any other questions? In the meantime, okay, Jean-Marc, just 1 second. So Irene says creations are alive. I agree. Yes, they are. Everything is energy. Everything is energy. Everything has an energy to it. Everything is alive in this reality. Our bodies are alive. As beings, we're alive. You know, the furniture in your room is alive. Everything has energy. Sylvia says, I have lousy internet connection right now. Oh, she's trying to restart. Meanwhile, I have a question. Do you talk to every project or talk in general with your business at first? So I'm going to get this question real quick, Jean-Marc, and then we'll go with you. So I talk to everything. I allow everything to respond and talk to me. I play with my business as a whole. And as I said, I'll perceive each creation that I have, you know, like there's my first book and there's a website to that book. So I'm like, hi. And I ask that to pull energy. How are you doing? Is there anything you require? Okay. And then I'll take, YouTube channel. Gosh, I sure would like some more views. Hi, would you pull energy? Okay. All the videos on my YouTube channel. Okay. Pull energy, pull energy, pull energy. This show, I'm constantly in the question with this show. It changes so much every week and it's still changing. And so, yeah, I talk to everything as a whole, and then I perceive and I talk to things individually, and I talk to my body, and I just talk to everything. Okay, cool. Hope that helps. Jean-Marc, what's up?
Hi, Patty.
Hi.
Yeah, so I have a question related to moving forward with a project, and how do I differentiate between procrastination and perceiving that there's something that I need to look at?
Okay. So the funny thing about procrastination is that, okay, where are we going to go with this? Well, tell me what procrastination is for you. Like, tell me about something in your business or in your creations where you maybe think you're procrastinating, or do you have a specific example of something?
Like making phone calls to prospective clients.
Do you like making phone calls?
I like having joyful conversations.
So then are you making phone calls, or are you making joyful conversations?
I am.
There's a really different energy to making phone calls and having joyful conversations.
Well, I'm turning them into joyful conversations. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, cool. Well, there's a lot of different things here. If it's not something that lights you up, and you can, so what I love about, okay. So the energy of making phone calls, and it's just like, oh, I don't want to make phone calls. And then there's the energy of like having joyful conversations. So when there's something that's really heavy, and it's not something that like lights you up in doing it and creating it, then sometimes you got to look at whether or not you need to hire someone to do this for you. And I love what you're doing, which is shifting the energy from something that normally is like, making phone calls. And you're like, okay, what would it be like to have joyful conversations with everyone that I talk to today? And anything that doesn't allow that, destroy it and uncreate it. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. With that, what I would invite you to is to just look at your list of people that you need to call and follow the energy. So, okay, universe, who do I need to talk to today? And then go through each name and follow the energy, which will be light and expansive and creative today. And maybe there's no one on the list today, so go back to it tomorrow. And yeah, see how that works. Like making phone calls, is this something that is part of you generating business? Like right now it's a thing that you kind of have to do
Yes.
to generate more business. Cool. So what else is possible there with generating and creating more business for you that would be more fun for you? And anything that doesn't allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive that, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Like, what else could you add to your business and allow your business to tell you? What's your business? Is it Power Up Your Voice?
It's Burn Media Enterprises.
Burn Media, yes. For those of you who don't know, Jean-Marc is a Disney voiceover, fabulous, amazing artist, and he's a speaker. We met in Dubai, and he does all kinds of stuff. So tune into the energy of your business, Burn Media Enterprises. Is that right? Sorry. So just say hi, everyone, all of you, any creation. Let's all do this together. Any creation that you have, any business that you have. So just perceive the energy of your business. Just say hi. Hi. Ooh, everyone's business. Hello. Hi. And lower your barriers. And just breathe and just get really present with your creation or your business. So what can we be or do today to create beyond what we can imagine right away? And anything that doesn't allow that, can we destroy it and create it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Now allow your business to pull energy. And if you can perceive your business like kind of right in front of you, so allow your business to pull energy, and then create like a line of energy between you and your business. So as your business is pulling energy, it's pulling through the business and all the way to you, and allowing that energy to flow out your back and around and into the business again. Now include the whole universe in that. Now this isn't something that you have to really think about. Like as I'm saying it, the energy is already doing it. So allow, like pull in through the whole universe into your business, through your business, connecting to you, out your back and around into the universe again, pulling energy into your business through you, allowing it, and just continue that energy flow. Any and all of the barriers that you may have created between you and your business, will you destroy and uncreate them? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POD, online, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And would you be willing now to receive from your business? And anything that doesn't allow that, will you destroy and uncreate it? All right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POD, all night, shorts, boys, beyonds. And every day, hi, business, hi. So who should we talk to today? What can we be today? And include your body in that. Because maybe there's like all these things that you need to do, but your body wants to go out for a walk. And your body wants to go for a run, or it wants to go swimming, or it wants to go skiing, or whatever that is. So include your body in that. And would you be willing to trust that when you follow the energy to what is light, and you allow yourself to be in the chaos of creation instead of the order of this reality, would you be willing to trust that it will create more? To trust you, to trust your body, to trust your awareness with your business. What's up, Jean-Marc? How's that?
Yeah, I think I just had some relief. So
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool. Awesome. How does it get better? Anything else?
Well, not to monopolize, so not for today.
You didn't monopolize. That was actually a huge contribution to everyone on the call. I'm going to put it on gallery view. So not everyone, if that was a contribution to you and to your business, right? So it's never monopolizing. Like when we allow ourselves to ask questions and receive and open, it contributes to everyone. Sweet. Anyone else? We're at the end of our show for today. So unless there is anything, how does it get better?
I mean, I do have one more question. Is not nobody else has.
I knew there was something. Yes.
Yeah. So part of being vulnerable, and I'm getting to have a better understanding of this. How do I blast through certain fears? And
So fear,
particularly when it comes to my creative projects, when it comes to music or writing.
So fear is not real. It's actually a distractor. Okay, it's a couple of things actually. So it could be a couple of things. It is for sure a distractor implant. And in Access, those are things that show up and pop up that are designed to stop us, that are designed to cover up our potency, that are designed to make us wrong. So it's like you're creating and you're about to step into something awesome, and there's all this stuff, and then these distractor implants pop up, and then you shrink back down. It creates that like stop energy. So there's that piece, and then there's also the piece of fear and excitement feeling the same way in your body. So as an example, if you remember, like at some point when you were, maybe this is a terrible example, but here we go. Like when you were little or something, you were like about to get on a roller coaster, and you were like, oh, and then someone was like, oh, don't be scared. So a time where that energy was misidentified, where you were actually excited, but somebody thought that you were scared, and so they projected that onto you. And then so there's this sort of misidentification of those sensations in our body. So fear and excitement can actually feel like the same in your body, but then you think you're afraid because nobody ever told you that fear and excitement feels the same. So when you are with your creations, I would actually ask, okay, is this fear or is this excitement? And if you think that it's fear, then everything that is, destroy it and create it, right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pot, online, shorts, boys, beyonds, because it's actually a distractor implant made to distract you from being you, to distract you from creating, to distract you from your potency, to distract you and make you feel wrong. Does that?
I'm thinking more when this goes specifically to working on my music and my musical, and
Right.
and the judgment coming from my family and growing up as
well, those are projections. Those are projections. Return those to sender with consciousness attached.
Right.
Honor you. Honor your creations. Trust you. Trust your creations. Perceive the energy of the musical. There. That. Any other outside projections, expectations, like, no, between you and your creation, perceive that energy. When it is light and expansive, it's true for you. And if it's heavy, it's not true for you.
That's helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome. So a couple quick ones here in the chat. Irene, if you have a question, we'll pop you on real quick. But Sharon says, almost every time I pull energy, I stop breathing and parts of my body get stiff. I pock and pod, which is the clearing statement, and it's still happening. How can I change it? So how much energy are you willing to receive? So is that stiffness your barriers coming up? Like, okay, enough, too much? And I'm literally asking. So tune into the energy of what is true for you. And sometimes there is the time to use the clearing statement and the pock and pot, and sometimes it's a choice. Like when you notice you're pulling energy and you stiffen up, okay, so just be present with that energy. Okay, everything this is, destroy it, uncreate it. Lower your barriers, expand your energy out, and make a different choice in that moment. And keep using the clearing statement if that works. But in that moment, it's more of like choosing to go beyond what you're used to. Choosing to go a little bit farther than where you have gone before, which is beyond what's comfortable, which is where the magic is. So I would invite you to kind of play with that. And it doesn't have to be super far. You can take it easy and slow if you want to. But just, oh, there it is. Okay, lower my barriers and push just a little bit more. Get present with your body, lower your barriers more, relax your body, breathe, push a little more, receive just a little bit more. All right. Hope that helps. Irene, did you have a quickie?
Can I speak?
Yes, you can. Hello.
Hello. Okay, I just wanted to say, because for me, I am a designer and a really creative person, and sometimes it's really easy for me to, so I'm using the tools, with other projects, that are belonging to clients or to other persons. But sometimes when it's personal or more related to me, it's more difficult. So I would like to clear that.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, You're a really creative person, and it's easier for you to create with other people and for other people. But when you come to create for you, then it gets a little wonky.
Yeah.
Is that accurate? Okay, cool. So perceive the energy of all of your creative capacities and everything that you've created in the past, present, everything you'll create in the future, all of that. And now pull that energy towards you, right? Because there seems to be this like out, right, of energy, you know, for everyone. So that's cool. Keep that and pull some of that towards you, with you, and for your body. So what energy, space, and consciousness can you and your body be to be the kingdom of we with total ease? And anything that doesn't allow that, we destroy and uncreate it. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, online, shorts, boys, beyonds, and access. We talk about the kingdom of we in this sense of like, we're all really good at like giving to other people and gifting to other people and creating for other people. But we sometimes, as Irene has so beautifully stated, forget to include ourselves in that. And in the kingdom of we, you actually get to include you in that as well. So what energy, space, and consciousness can you and your body be to embody the kingdom of we with total ease? And anything that doesn't allow that, we destroy and uncreate it. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, all nine, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And this also ties into the elements of intimacy, my friends, like trusting you, honoring you, having allowance for you, being vulnerable with you, being grateful for you, including you in all of that. Not so much, not so much, you know, having elements of intimacy with others, elements of intimacy with your creations, elements of intimacy with your body and with you. So would you be willing to include you in the creation of your life?
Yeah.
Anything that doesn't allow that, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, online, shorts, boys, men. And can I just acknowledge that, like, I mean, I've been in a similar place where I was just constantly creating for other people and all of that. And I got to that place too, where I was like, wow, I have all of this creative energy and I'm just like, you know, giving it away in a sense. And it was a choice point of like, okay, look, I love creating with other people. I do. And I love creating projects and gifting to other people and contributing to other people. I love that. I just love it, right? Simultaneity of gifting and receiving. And there had to come a time where I had to include myself in that, where I had to choose like, okay, I will continue to contribute and gift to other people, but I have got to get on the boat of contributing and gifting to me as well, and including myself in that. And that's when my business really started to take off, and when I really started to put a lot of my creative energies into my business and what I desire to create in the world. So I cannot wait to see what you create, Miss Irene, as you take all of those energies and just kind of like, they're all out there, and that's cool. Do that and put some for you. Have some for you. And that goes for everybody on the call.
Okay.
I think we're all grand and glorious gifting and receivers. So awesome. All right, lovelies. Thank you so much. Thank you all so much for being here. How does it get better than this? Everybody wave goodbye. Thank you all for being here. I will see you. Thank you, Peggy Sue. I will see you all next week. Have an amazing week. I will post the replay soon so we can all watch it again. And how does it get better than this? Thank you for joining me. Till next time, my friends.